Hello everyone, today we're playing Kitty's Last Adventure, survivor's like with a lot of soul. And here the developer made it such that it's his cat, the main character. And something interesting about the game is that we have different type of elements. Here, for example, we're going to choose for the football, it is a toy. And every 5 of them, we get an additional bonus. The game has a good amount of weapons, quite decent, I would say. And interestingly, each of them has multiple evolutions and progressions. And it's going to take a bit of time to find all of them and unlock them. There are multiple characters as expected in the genre with different perks and initial weapons as well. And as you can see, as I was saying before, here we have these balloons. It has a lot of soul, as I was saying. Game can be a bit challenging at the beginning, but as we progress a bit more and get flow, it's fine. It's what we usually find in other games. So try to get all this experience, and we got our first evolution. This is after 3 stars, but that won't end there. So now that we have 5 of the same category, we can choose here. So I'm gonna choose this one. So it's gonna be easier for us to build. And there we go, grabbing all that. The music, I have to say, is quite nice as well. And these are the 3 types of elements or weapons that we can choose from. There's cutties, food, and toys. So in this case, I'm going to for bone. I think that's never good. And let's continue killing enemies and getting all that experience that we need to level up. The game will also have different stages that we will see in a moment. We are in the first stage where we will have a boss sometime, and I think I'm going for the mouse. The mouse is not particularly amazing initially. However, when it's level up, it becomes a serious weapon. That these cat cookies are meta progression, meta currency. So let's continue. And we are on wave 6. We will have to get to wave 10 before the boss comes. And let's continue leveling this up. And the box has protected us there to exit that area. Now the problem with the mouse is that it's difficult to control it because it attacks on circles. You can see that it's going circularly. The attacks not in the same direction always, and that can be a bit problematic to control, as I said. That's why it's not that powerful at the beginning. However, as I said, we'll see once we level it up, it's gonna become quite serious weapon. get out of there. And let's grab this magnet as well. It's a lot of good experience for us. This as well. Fine. Again, let's continue pushing on the ball. The ball is pretty good as well. And as I said, they have all the weapons, they have different evolutions, and it's a bit of RNG what we get on them. So it's about buying all of them multiple times, and there's some of them are pretty good. Let's grab this as well. And wave 8. There's 2 more to go before we reach the area boss. Fine, we get the evolution here. Let's get it. And I'm not particularly interested in any of this, so let's reroll. And let's get this one. So this gonna be at least more damage. Yes, for us. As much of that experience as we can. There's some traps happening from time to time. First time you see them, they got you off guard, but once you know how they work, it's easy to avoid them. So now let's get this evolution now. And you see now those are stronger. The umbrellas that shoot all around the topic of the cat. Finally, the cat passed away, and that's why the developer decided to create this game in memory. And there we go with our first boss. Uber. Something that cats are afraid of at home. One of the natural enemies, I guess. Alright, let's continue pushing on the spike wall. And something interesting about this boss is that it starts to get faster and faster, so you don't kill it quickly enough, then it becomes a problem because you cannot move as fast as you wish. So yes, sadness, given the sad pass away of the kitty. Now let's go for food can. It's gonna be orbiting around us. This experience. We are on the second stage. Stages are always the same, but this is a pretty cool, beautiful game, I would say. Sometimes I do a lot of survivors likes, other games in the genre, and I don't find this feeling of, how would I say, it just feels good to feels that is has a soul. That is a purpose behind the game. So that's something beautiful and unusual as well. And that's why I decided to create some content about this as soon as I saw it. Because perhaps that I was saying something comes and sometimes it's a bit difficult initially to dodge the damage that they can produce. Being surrounded by a good amount of enemies very quickly. As you have noticed, I have managed to come across that nicely. Because now I know the button work. Let's get this evolution, and we're gonna go chaining evolutions one after another as much as we can. So otherwise we will not be able to face the final boss. Damage and health follow quite a single pattern. Each heart heals 1 HP. We have 30 HP, and you can see in the bottom left of the screen. Let's continue pushing on that. As usual in these games, one single weapon with a high level is much stronger than multiple weapons in smaller levels. So let's go. Evolution. And let's get all the spirits. We don't need that magnet anymore. Not for now at least. Let's get the bone. The bone is food, and you can see we have food 4 out of 5. So every 5 we get something extra. So let's say we get few hearts to cover our health. Just said each heart is actually covering 1 HP. Out of that kind of grab as well. Try to kill that enemy that these projectiles can be one of the most annoying things in the game. We're doing well. We're doing well so far. Have some progression in the meta, so that makes sense. Fine, final evolution. You might encounter, as I said, different evolutions, even though you push on the same weapon, because each weapon has multiple evolutions, which is pretty cool. It gives a lot of variety to the game. Even having the same exact grades, you're not gonna get the same build. And still the amount of weapons is fairly decent. The game is in early access, by the way, so we expect some more things to be added to it gradually. Let's get a thing, let's get this magnet, push on experience. Sounds like a moment for that. And I think I'm going to go for this one because it's easier to evolve. It requires less amount of levels represented by the stars. That different meta progression. And it's an interesting build. We deal more damage on the distance currently. There we go. Okay, final evolution. Duplicate every ball to the opposite direction. That's pretty good. And I think we're gonna take this other magnet now. And go for this here. Yeah, it's easier. This with this build is easier distance damage. Cover one of them. They leave much more interesting drops of experience here, and final evolution for the see now is significantly bigger. It's more of them. And we'll wave 10, sorry 9, now boss coming, there's the boss. And we have this, well, they generally call this a trap, cannot get out of the area. It's kind of a usual term in the genre. Now it's time to go for the mouse. I didn't prioritize the mouse before because, as I said, builds slowlier. So let's get more attack speed the lower our HP is. So that might save us some difficult situation. So doing 1/3, first third of the HP of this enemy. And some of these enemies and move somewhere else. So let's get rid of them. We deal more damage in the distance with this build. We need to position ourselves correctly. Let's on. And where is the yes. Okay. Hit us again. We have plenty of health though. And again, second half of it done. Experience. We're not in a rush, we don't really have a timer here, so we can take our time as far as we don't receive damage. That's fine. Okay, so evolution for the bone. Let's get the mouse. Let's get the mouse. I think the mouse is pretty good. Let's evolve. Also depends on which evolution specifically we get. Okay, done with him. Now, next stage, which is anger. Let's try first to break this small broken opening there, and again the kind of usual we call it trap in general. It's hard. Fine, mouse level 5. And more experience. Now we can see the enemy or direction is on the right of the screen. This is marked there. There's something there that's something we need to destroy. Final enemy is going to be a dog. It's not surprise. But we are not in a rush. We can continue leveling up as much as we need before we move towards it. There it is. We're starting to deal some damage to it. So we have this experience here. And evolution of the bone. Let's get range. Looks good. And 1/3 of it now. Move somewhere else. Let's see. Following that same logic that we've seen in previous levels with previous enemies. Trying to grab all this experience and continue pushing for this. We still have one slot for one more weapon, which we will decide later. At the moment I prefer to push on the ones that we have already, so we can level up faster. The pool is smaller and that allows us to level up one specifically weapon much faster than having a bigger pool of options when it comes to RNG. Fine. Let's continue with the mouse, I think. We're getting it almost there. And yeah, going ahead. Okay, almost second half done already because our projectiles at the end of the day are still doing the job. And we have a quite long range damage. When we get into this point where there's almost no more enemies on the screen, we need to move far to find more enemies. Okay, there we go. Exactly what we needed. Let's grab all that, and now the mouse is piercing. It's gonna be piercing. I don't think I want any of this. Let's get max HP. Probably unnecessary at this stage, but anyway. And let's go for that one. And time to finish this. But that's not the end of the level. Now we have the dog. So let's continue. We need to be a bit careful with the attack of the dog. Our dog is gonna be trying to hit us all the time. But if we keep on moving, that should be fine. Still a way to go until we finish the level. Notice that we don't actually deal any damage to the dog, so that will be something that we will have to do later, but at the moment we cannot deal any damage to him. Okay, broken bone, evolution, more fragments. Let's continue, let's go ahead. Grabbing all this space. And there it is. We have killed the second third of it, even if we didn't want to, because long range or projectiles end up dealing damage quite a distance. And that's gonna come handy, as you will see soon. Now that we have destroyed, the next thing is the house, the dog house. There's a name for that probably, specifically, but I don't know what the name is. Okay, oh, card. That's 1 more HP to recover. And now we can go towards the house. There's good experience here to grab. And we can start destroying the house, dog house. Our natural enemy, of course. That's the cat. Very important to destroy as many enemies as we can to grab all that experience. We have those portal ones that are the big experience ones. And always keeping an eye on where the dog is, what his position is. And trying to avoid him as much as possible. Now we're heading towards the last part of this stage where we destroy that house, and now we start to deal damage to the dog. However, the dog now also has attacks, quite a good amount of projectiles that can deal good damage. So now not only keeping an eye on his position, but also on where the projectiles come from. That one is just dodge. And there we go. Okay, more. Let's say we get the. Let's get the com. I think the com is easier to evolve, requires less levels apparently. And orbits around us. Okay, be careful with that. Projectile. Another one over there, you see, it might come from unexpected directions as we move so much. Experience. There we go. Great. Wondering if we will manage to get another magnet somehow. We go a bit harder. There we go. There it is. Magnet. Oh, that's a lot of projectiles. Let's max out. That's the only option we're gonna get now. And you see the dog is almost drained of health now, so it should be a few moments before we're done. And that's it. So we have unlocked few more things here and there. Okay, so yeah, that was it for the game. I think a very different survivors like, because it said it has a lot of soul. It's clear that the developer has put something quite personal and quite unique into the game that we don't usually see. Hope you enjoy video and see you soon in the next.